Okay, we are continuing next paragraph. So John Sand called Brock went about discovering ancient texts, understand their meaning, translating them, and make their findings known to others. Then what our Indian teachers was not teaching the students, especially the Vedas was not taught to non-Brahmins. So what they done, the English people they started to discover the ancient text, Indian text, as well as they started to think about understand its meaning, then translating them to different languages, and they started to preach that one to the what they understood, that they started to say to others. Then this project they believed would not only help the British learn from Indian culture, but it would also help the Indians to rediscover their own heritage and understand the lost glories of their past. When we have seen this one, the division of the history, Indian history is divided into three parts. In the first chapter we have seen that one. In that we have seen two types of division. One, it is British division, and one is Indian division. In that we have seen that British division, it is divided in the period of Hindus, then Muslims, then British, like that they divided. Indian historians, we divided ancient history, then medieval history, and modern history. So we divide Indian history into three parts. We also in British people also, but British people, they understood that the real meaning of the Indian text, and what they are saying, not only understanding the Indian text to a British people, other than that or more than that, what they given importance, they given importance to rediscover the heritage of Indians by Indians. We had our own heritage that we want to rediscover, very important. We want to rediscover our heritage. Again we can see this one, this idea we can see in the time of Indian independence war, in the time of after Gandhi, this feeling of nationalism when is emerging in India, means after the arrival of Gandhi, or after 1910 to 1930, in that time we can see Indian historians or Indian people started to rediscover Indian heritage, especially collected the what we can say folklore, folk songs, folk stories, everything, and they started to give to the people, or in oral tradition we started to say all these things when we was meeting on for the when the meeting time, people they are gathering for them, discussing about the how we can make the freedom as early as possible. That time we was discussing all these things. So what they started, English people started, it really given a way to understand our own heritage to us. That's why we have seen the last when we taken the chapter, whole chapter, in that Tagore's importance we have seen the last part of the lesson. Why it is coming? Because Tagore also understood to rediscover the heritage of India, to rediscover the heritage of India. Then next point, and understand the lost glorious their past. They are saying like that, the British people, they are saying what we want to do, we want to understand, we should understand, what we should understand, the glorious past. We had a glorious past, and in this process the British would become the guardians of Indian culture as well as its master. Now when we are discussing the history, it is very easy, we are saying like that, in this process to make the rediscovering the Indian heritage, and who become the guardians of that one, British become the guardians of Indian heritage, and they become the masters of the Indian culture. And when we are saying, it is very easily we will say, as a history teacher I will say there was the guardian, but we Indian people on that time, it was very difficult to understand why they are doing all these things. Okay, and we reinterpreted their activities that we will see, and when they said to stop sati system, we become much agitated, and we become violent in the society, because we thought like that they are going to what we can say, disturb our social system, like that we interpreted that one, and we started to trouble the British people. Okay, that it will come later. Influenced by such idea, many company officials argued that the British ought to promote Indian rather than the Western learning. So we are saying like they are then themselves thought like that. We want to instead of teaching the Western teaching, what we want to do, we want to promote the Indian learning here in India itself. They felt that the institutions should set up to encourage the study of the ancient Indian texts and teach Sanskrit and Persian literature and poetry. They are saying like that. Only thing, the Gurukula system what we was following, that want to change into the formal school system, where we want to teach the Sanskrit and Persian, both literature as well as poetry. The officials also thought that Hindus and Muslims ought to be taught what they were already familiar with and what they valued and treasured, not subjects that were alien to them. Which subjects are alien to us? That is the English poetry, English dramas, or the industry, technology, like that things alien to us, or we are not familiar with that things. So which one is familiar to us, that only we want to study, like that. Some of the officials, not all, many officials thought all these things. Only then they believed that could the British hope to win a place in the hearts of the native, only then could the alien rulers expect to respect by their subject. What was the motive of under that? They want to get respect from whom? Indians. For that purpose, they want to make a place in the hearts of the Indians. For that purpose, they want to study first Indian literature, then they want to teach that one in the school. With the object in a view, madrasas were set up in Calcutta in 1781 to promote the study of Arabic, Persian and Islamic law, and the Hindu college was established in Banaras in 1901 to encourage the study of ancient Sanskrit texts that would be useful for administration of the country. There also we can see in this paragraph we can see the British people what they are doing. They are making both study facility. Hindus can learn Hindu text and other things, Sanskrit text and other things. Muslims can learn Muslim law and Muslim languages like Arabic and Persian. So anyway, if they are becoming educated, what they can do, they can use the people, those who are educated, for administrative purpose. They started first madrasa in 1781, and they started a college, Hindu college, in 1791. Where they started madrasa, that is in Calcutta, and where they started Hindu college, that is in Banaras. Means where the Indian is giving much importance. According to that, the means in Calcutta area, the Bengal and Bangladesh area, we can see the presence of Muslims much more than the other parts of India. So they given the importance in Calcutta. That is another one thing, that was the Supreme Court, everything set up in Calcutta. Near to that only they are setting the madrasa, so they can control the Muslims there. And Banaras means, or Varanasi, that is the place where the Hindu tradition is developed in before this Muslims arrival. There only they are selecting. So here we can see the places which is related to that particular religion, that only they are taking, and they are setting up schools for the to learn Hindu laws as well as Muslim laws. The next one we can see the one picture, it is given a monument of the Warren Hastings by the Richard Westmacott in 1830, now in Victoria Memorial in Calcutta. This image represents how the Orientals thoughts of British power in India. What we was thinking about the what is the importance of British power? The India. Orientalist means Indians. How we was image represents how Orientalist thought of British power in India. You will notice that the majestic figure of Hastings, an enthusiastic supporter of the Orientalist, and the person who is sitting here and he is supporting the or means Indian tradition, is placed between the standing figure of the Pandit on the one side and the seated the Munshi on the other side. Hastings and other Orientals needed Indian scholars to teach them to vernacular languages, tell them about the local customs and laws, and to translate and interpret the ancient text. And they are sitting and learning. The Warren Hastings is learning from the learning Indian tradition from different peoples for what to understand as well as to interpret it. Not all officials shared these view. Many were very strong in this criticism of Orientalism. Some of the we said like that. Some of the officials only was interested to study Indian tradition and teach that one, and some others was strongly criticized this one. And the word meanings are given here. Orientalist means what it is, Munshi means what it is, vernacular means what it is. Orientalist means those with a scholarly knowledge of the language and culture of Asia. Means the Asian culture or this Eastern culture. Eastern culture we are calling it Orientalist, and the Western side we are calling them Westerns. Means European countries. And Munshi, a person who can read and write and teach Persian, means the Muslim person who can read and write as well as can teach Persian. Then vernacular means a term generally used to refer a local language or a dialect as distinct from what is seen as the standard language. In colonial countries like India, the British used to use the term to mark the difference between the local languages of everyday use English, the languages of the imperial master. They are having their own language, that is English, and other than that the local language what we are speaking, that is the vernacular language for them. And India we know that there is more than thousands of languages are there. All languages comes we are calling it is vernacular languages. Means one language I know or two languages I know, other languages it is not I am not able to understand or I am not able to read and teach. So anyway, one person it may be maximum 4 to 5 or 6, and very few people there they know more than 10 languages like that. So here we are getting a chance or a inspiration to learn maximum language of Indian languages, at least the neighboring state languages like our means the northern neighbors, that is Karnataka. Then we are getting chance to learn Kannada. Then it is the eastern side we are having the Andhra and means Andhra Pradesh, so we can learn Telugu. Then the western side it is coming western and south side it is coming Kerala, so we are getting the means inspiration to learn Malayalam. So like how the British people taken the initiative to learn the Sanskrit, Persian, like that Indian languages like that we can also do it. We can learn different languages of India, even foreign languages we can try in now in the lockdown period. Okay, we'll continue in next video.